shameless. This is an all-time low for Real Madrid because for a whole week, all I was hearing about was a comeback. I was hearing 90 minutes at the Santiago Bernabeu is a long time. Jude Bellingham was saying the most used word in the Real Madrid dressing room in the last days is remontada. Real Madrid fans, I've got something to tell you. You guys have never been Barca. You want Barca and you never will be Barcelona. Stop trying to force our comeback, our remontada gimmick for your club. You had your poster, but you had your face of your club, Vinicius Jr. on Instagram yesterday, trying to hype up the fan scene. Tomorrow 9 p.m. you had Mbappe, your star signing. This is what he posted after the first leg, after a disaster classic. There's a second leg, Wednesday. The whole squad was doing it. Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, every single player and their nans. What ended up happening? You lost again at your own home. Is this the 90 minutes at the Santiago Bernabeu that is so long that you were trying to scare Arsenal with? And like I said before, you guys are not Barcelona. Not every team can come back from a 3-goal plus deficit in the quarterfinals. You guys are not us. Yeah, and just one more time. Bye-bye Real Madrid.
Mr. Remontada, Jude Bellingham, getting shown absolute levels tonight by Declan Rice. You know, as an England football fan watching that and watching these two battle out, there was some spice there as well. You could tell that Jude Bellingham was out to get revenge on Declan Rice for that first leg. He wanted to be the star, and it didn't get to happen. Declan Rice, yet again, wiping the floor with Jude Bellingham. And I've said multiple times, I actually said it on commentary tonight, it can take one game to change the perception of a player. And I think that this two-legged affair, this quarter-final of the Champions League, has done absolute wonders for Declan Rice and his stock in the footballing world. And I think that's rightly so. I think he absolutely should be, and I think he's considered world-class now. But multiple times when Jude Bellingham, even when he made a good run off the back of Declan Rice and he got free in a bit of space, Declan Rice back with an incredible challenge. Just when you look, he was through. This little moment here where sort of Jude Bellingham flew into a tackle on Declan Rice, you could tell he wanted to leave a bit in on him, and Declan Rice just stayed stood up. You know, quite symbolic. And I promise you right now, Declan Rice is going to be walking off that pitch tonight and he will be going, I've just got one over on Jude Bellingham, and I'm fucking buzzing about that, and he absolutely should be, so fair play to him. And maybe it is time that we start taking Declan Rice a little bit more seriously in some of these conversations, you know. As I'm saying this as a Tottenham fan, so maybe some of you lot need to start putting a little bit more respect on his name.
1% chance, 99% faith. Real Madrid comeback starts now. Hala Madrid. As a Manchester United fan, I'm saying it, Real Madrid will win now.
This was a horrible performance. They were clamped. Absolutely clamped. I can't even look at you and tell you an opportunity where Vinicius Jr. took any of these players on 1v1 and cooked them. I can't tell you. I can't tell you an opportunity where Mbappe was cooking. Rodrigo was cooking. But what I can tell you, and what stands out for me when I watched this game, it was the 74th minute. Saka was about to get subbed out. Do you know where Saka is on the field? Right back. Taking on Vinicius Jr. and stopping him from sending a cross into the area. This is the difference between Real Madrid and Arsenal. Arsenal play as a team, as a unit, and as I've been saying all year long, everyone that watches my videos know, Real Madrid plays as and wins as individuals. When they win, it's because one person or two players had an individual performance. It's not a team performance. It's an individual performance that would carry them across the finish line. Arsenal plays as a unit, and Saka is back there defending and stopping crosses from coming in consistently. Same goes for Martinelli.
So fucking for real right now, please. Because if we're going to call this a penalty, which by the way, it 100% was, because Asensio cannot hold Marino like this, and this from Rice on Mbappe is 100% a penalty. But no, you want to know what happens? A 5-minute VAR check. Look at this. You're telling me that Rice is allowed to hold Mbappe like this? in the box? Everyone's argument here as to why this is a penalty is because Asensio held on to Marino. I'm sorry, what the hell is Rice doing here? We all have two eyes, right? And then they're gonna say, no, it was a foul, but Mbappe was offside. Where the hell is the offside? Is the offside in the room with us? Where? This is absolute insanity. This is absolute corruption. Because this is 100% a penalty. If you call this one, you call this one, and you're gonna tell me it took 5 minutes to decide that this was offside? Where?
Real Madrid fans and Real Madrid in general, you guys are pathetic. I mean, they've approved that Real Madrid can close the stadium to create a more crazier atmosphere. You know, seen all week, these men have been posting online. This guy here is talking about remontada. This guy saying we'll be ready 9 p.m. tomorrow. You get me? And then you got him saying see you on Wednesday. All of this. But the truth of the matter is, the only way Real Madrid eliminates Arsenal today is if the referee cheats. That is the only way that you, Real Madrid, will eliminate Arsenal. Yeah, not because you can say all you want. Yes, you're a bigger team than us. You've won the Champions League the most. You've got all the stars. But the reality is you just can't beat us. And that's the truth. So yeah, man, close the stadiums. If you want, hire some angels to come and sing, yeah, the Real Madrid anthem to motivate the players. The reality is you will be eliminated by Arsenal tonight.
90 minutes at the Bernabeu are very long. The most word used in the dressing room in the last days is remontada. Tomorrow 9 p.m. God. They believe on Wednesday they can do a comeback. Oh God. Real Madrid 4, Arsenal 0. If Real Madrid do not eliminate Arsenal, I will shave all my hair. I can do it for you if you want. There is fear in England. They fear Real Madrid's comeback. Arsenal fans themselves are scared. Santiago Bernabeu's roof's been closed. I guess it's true. Rice cooks better under a lid. Yeah. Ancelotti's not happy with the players. He met with them to ask for commitment and extra effort against Arsenal. Real Madrid ran 8.5 kilometers less than Arsenal today. 0 shots on target for Real Madrid in the first half. They asked for it. Posting all that PR for the entire week was genuinely painful to watch. They are the most cringiest club we've ever come across. I'm just glad it's done. I had to make this video just to take the piss because they've been asking for it.
Match day has arrived. The mind games continue. Real Madrid this morning posting a video converting the phrase 90 minutes at the Bernabeu are very long into every language. The build-up to this game has genuinely been insane because there is so much talk about the comeback. And I'm not saying it cannot happen, right? But there's not been a shred of actual football analysis. Like, we have not seen a single footballing reason that it could happen. I've not seen a single question even asked about how Madrid can adapt tactically from last week. How are they going to score 3 or 4 without conceding at the other end? Like, what is actually going to change? It's all just like, well, this is Real Madrid. This is what they do. It's the Bernabeu. 90 minutes is long at the Bernabeu. Remontada. Remontada. 15 Champions League. It's their history. And I get all of that. I do. But, like, what are they actually going to do in a footballing sense? And Arteta kind of addressed it himself. He said the talk about comebacks, I understand, it's part of their history. They've earned the right to talk about these scenarios. But ours is different. Our mindset, preparation and thoughts are about how we can be better than them in crucial aspects of the game. And I feel like that's just what we have to focus on. Stop focusing on their history or whatever. It's about the here and now. It's about just being better than them. And we showed we could do it last week, and we've just got to do it for another 90 minutes.
You see what that says? Arsenal advanced to the semi-finals of the Champions League. PSG, we will see you very soon. We absolutely destroyed Real Madrid, the holders of this competition. The most Champions League wins, 15. Didn't make a difference to Arsenal. We've scored 5 past them. In 2 legs, we beat them both legs. I love this game. I love it. Look at this right here. PSG, Arsenal, Barcelona, Inter Milan. Whoever's on the other side of the bracket, hey, we will see you very soon. Arsenal have already beaten PSG. People can say this is a different PSG team. Everyone in the Premier League has already gone from glazing Real Madrid to now glazing PSG. Arsenal, we conquered the biggest team. If we can beat Real Madrid, we can beat anybody. On to PSG.
Arsenal go to Madrid and knock Real Madrid out of the Champions League 5-1 on aggregate. And I know there was a lot of talk about a potential comeback for Real Madrid, but that was not the case tonight. You want to talk about a statement win, want to cement yourself as one of the best teams in Europe. There aren't many bigger opportunities to do that against Real Madrid in the Champions League, and Arsenal did just that, and the way that they did it as well, so dominant in both ties. There are a lot of Madrid fans that say a few of the players on their squad are the best players in the world, but Declan Rice with 2 man-of-the-match performances and those free kicks again in the first leg were just incredible to watch. I know a lot of people are going to take this opportunity to clown Real Madrid fans because this entire week they've been talking about a comeback, this crazy comeback we were going to see. They were going to score 3, 4, 5 goals on Arsenal, and I can't clown them for believing in that because obviously you want to try 100% and believe that your team can do it, but that was reaching a bit. And the last 4 in the Champions League, Arsenal versus PSG and Barcelona versus Inter Milan, and those 2 matchups are incredible. And these semifinals and then the final, the 2 teams remaining, this is going to be an incredible matchup. And this is one of those wins that brings you up a level in terms of how people see your squad, because I think a lot of people saw Arsenal as one of the best teams in the world, but could they do it against the top teams in Europe? And that answers that question.
Champions League semi-finalist. God, that is disgusting to look at. And do you know what the most worrying thing about this? The most worrying thing is that I could see them winning it. I really could. And I think tonight just sort of solidified it that we all were talking about the mentality shift after last week, but they still had to go to the Bernabeu. There was still that small chance that Arsenal could bottle it and they could go to the Bernabeu and Real Madrid could go through. Going there and winning again tonight and nullifying Real Madrid's, threat, I was going to say, lack of threat really. There's nothing to nullify, but still, that performance at the Bernabeu will give Arsenal the confidence that they have not had over the past decade really to go into the PSG game and think, we can beat anybody. Some of the performances that I saw out there tonight, Jurrien Timber, for me, was my man of the match over the 2 legs, aside from Declan Rice, because he was obviously the outstanding one. So apart from him, Jurrien Timber, the way that he locked up whichever winger decided to drift over to his side, Vinicius Junior in particular, he's an outstanding 1v1 defender. I thought all of their players, bar maybe Saliba, who made a couple of silly errors, obviously the one that led to the goal, but most of their players, Saliba did have a couple of moments of terrific defending as well, just looked so comfortable mentally. Like there was no sort of shakiness from the first whistle. There was nothing. They settled themselves into the game. They played the way that Arteta had set them out to play. I think Arteta looked incredibly calm on the touchline too, which is something you probably couldn't have said about him over the past couple of seasons. I think this season he's been so much better in that regard, and I think that's translating to his team. And you can just tell they're going to go into this PSG game thinking, well, Aston Villa nearly beat them, and we are a better side than Aston Villa, so why can't we go and beat them? And yeah, God, if they reach the final, I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
I'm a man of my word, and I am going to say it right here. I publicly apologize, Arsenal. Arsenal, I did not know you had that in you. Winning at the Emirates 3-0 with 2 free kicks in a Champions League quarter-final against the best goalkeeper in the world, against the best team in the world, Real Madrid. Then winning at the Santiago Bernabeu 2-1 with Bukayo Saka and Martinelli scoring. 5 goals for Arsenal. 5 goals, no penalty. 5 goals for Arsenal, no striker. I am sorry. Lewis Skelly, he is him. 18 years of age, correct me if I'm wrong. He had Madrid on locks. Lewis Skelly, Lewis Mouse Skelly. It came to a point where Rudiger wanted him out. Declan Rice. He actually might be that Rice, £100 million worth every penny baby. He is just... How do you go past this man? I'm a human being, but I could get passed on. Okay, what? Timber. Jurrien Timber. Timber is world class. Timber should have joined Manchester United. He should have come home to us. And I'm upset he didn't come home to us. And last but not least, Bukayo Saka is just him. I think Bukayo Saka could have actually been on Ballon d'Or top 5, top 3 if he wasn't injured. Easily. I think Arsenal could have won the Premier League if Bukayo wasn't injured. Without a doubt.
Better team across both legs is the team that advanced into the semis today. Someone who loves Real Madrid, I say this with my whole chest, Arsenal 100% deserve to advance. I'm sorry, when you talk about Real Madrid, the kings of the Champions League, the caliber of team that they are, it's not good enough. What we saw across both legs. There was one team in football that could come back against Arsenal 3-0 down on aggregate at home. It was these guys right here. And you're telling me, knowing that that comeback is on the line, knowing that the semis of the Champions League are on the line, you only get 2 shots on target, and your front three are Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinny Jr. with Valverde and Bellingham behind them? It's not good enough. And we saw a flicker of hope. Vinny Jr., when Saliba gave the ball away, putting the ball in the back of the net, there was a glimmer of hope. Again, if there was any team to do it, it's these guys. But it simply wasn't good enough. You know who was good enough? This Arsenal team. As much as it pains me to admit it, they 100% deserve the hype, the credit, and to advance into the semifinals. Beautiful goal from Saka. He redeemed himself on the penalty. Definitely do think this was a penalty for Real Madrid. Who knows what the game would have looked like if the ref called this? Because if you call one, you call the other. At the end of the day, facts are Real Madrid weren't good enough. So can someone check on Lewis Skelly right now? Because this was crazy.
The most embarrassing week and cringe week of Real Madrid's history is now over, and this should be the last time these four start a Champions League game together. It does not work. Mbappe up top is just disgusting. I've given it time. I thought he was back for a little bit in 2025 in the early stages, but no link-up play, gets bullied easily. He's not good in tight spaces always. I don't like it. Vinicius, just embarrassing over the 2 legs. All the posting, all the talking to get locked up by Timber. And Jude Bellingham to be the 4th best midfielder over the 2 legs. Lewis Skelly at left back was better midfielder than him. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And don't forget the R. We are forgetting the R. The R is forgot. This does not work. The Fab Four, that era is done after just 1 season. And Real Madrid have to restart.
Talk about mentality. I will remind everybody. On that pitch, we had Mbappe. We had Rodrigo, we had Vinicius, and my boy, who, by the way, awful penenka, awful pen. But the mentality, forget even the penalty miss. I mean, this kid here does the right things, lad. Saka, again, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Not only the defensive work, offensively, I mean, so much time he relieved the pressure off of us. I mean, the strength of Bukayo Saka is a madness. Ask Alaba. Alaba might consider retirement after realizing how strong this guy is, bro. And the goal, the finish. Remember what Mbappe said when he thought he scored against Barca? I'm going to think Marino with a fantastic pass. Bukayo Saka is him. We've been telling you guys that. You bums. Yeah, all you Saka hating bums. We've been telling you it's him. Yeah? Like I said, again, my boy, star boy, who recently came back from injury. This may be like his 3rd or 4th game since he's come back from injury. And look at the difference he has. Him and Martinelli, very different type of players. Like, as soon as he gets the ball, he just knows the right things. Whether he needs to pick out the pass, whether he needs to take on his man, knows when to shoot, and knows when to hold the ball. I mean, fantastic from Bukayo Saka, man. And he showed the mentality and the maturity, man. This kid here is absolutely special. Star boy.